Eaten Alive from 1976 is set in the swampy backwoods bayous of Nowhereville, Texas. It's Tobe Hooper's follow-up to what some consider to be the greatest horror movie ever made, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Eaten Alive is a mean, grimy, damp, almost dreamlike, surreal-feeling slasher. I watched this movie for the first time a few days ago. Let's talk about it. Supposedly, the film is loosely based on the true story of a Texas bar owner named Joe Ball, also known as the Butcher of Elmendorf, who supposedly killed several women and fed the bodies to crocodiles living in a swampy area behind his bar. Joe Ball's story is a pretty interesting one. I don't want to get too far into it in this video, just, for the interest of time. So if you want to learn more about it, I'll put a link to the Wikipedia down below. Now, even though the movie takes place in the swamplands of Texas, Hooper opted to shoot Eaten Alive on a soundstage in Los Angeles. I think it's a really cool choice to film on a soundstage rather than on location. It gives the whole movie this kind of manufactured amusement park funhouse vibe. And I think it adds somewhat to this, claustrophobic feeling of being trapped in this dark, foggy, really dense bayou. It kind of reminds me of the forest setting from the movie Legend, where you could clearly tell that the trees and the water and all the foliage are fake, but it totally adds to this surreal, nightmarish feeling in Eaten Alive. There's also a distinctly grindhouse flavor to this movie that we get a taste of in the very first moments. We start off in a bedroom scene with Robert Englund in a pre-Freddy Krueger role, demanding some butt stuff from a prostitute that clearly is not interested in fulfilling this request.
Name's Buff. I'm raring to fuck.
That's right, our man Quentin Tarantino makes a nod to this movie in Kill Bill. So after this refusal, the house madam, Miss Hattie, gives the young would-be prostitute Clara the boot. On her way out, Clara stops to talk to a woman who appears to be an employee of the brothel, and this woman gives her some cash and tells her about the Starlight Hotel that's not too far down the road.
I'm kind of lost and I saw your sign. Are you open?
Claire makes her way to the hotel where she meets our obvious villain, Judd, a mentally unstable, possibly PTSD-stricken war veteran with a bum leg and a pet crocodile. I'm just going to come out and say it. If I'm Clara, a newly unemployed hooker, and I walked into the Starlight Hotel and see Judd standing there behind the counter and a crocodile 10 feet from the front porch, I'm moving my little used-to-be whore ass down the road to the next hotel. But unluckily for Clara, she either isn't that smart or she just doesn't feel like hoofing it to the next spot, so she takes a room but doesn't even make it to the door before Judd realizes that she's come from Miss Hattie's little whorehouse on the bayou, and he doesn't take kindly to women of that profession. Spoiler alert, it doesn't end well for Clara. She quickly becomes Judd's first victim and his pet crocodile's first meal of the movie. But there's plenty more where that came from for our amphibian friend. Not long after this, we're introduced to a few new guests, a family of 3 with their dog Snoopy. We also meet the father and sister of Judd's first victim on an ultimately doomed mission to find the now missing Clara. Buck also returns to the Starlight Hotel, and it appears Judd and Buck know each other, but they're not friendly. Their relationship kind of reminds me of the Captain Spaulding and Firefly's relationship in House of a Thousand Corpses. They just kind of talk shit to each other the whole time, and as the viewer, you're not quite sure if Buck is in on this and if he knows about Judd killing people and feeding them to his pet crocodile. So in the interest of not spoiling the entire movie, I don't want to go too much farther into the story, but I will say, this is a slasher that feels pretty similar to Hooper's first movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. More people definitely die, and our little buddy crocodile definitely does not go hungry the rest of the movie. I can say, however, that I really did enjoy this movie, even with how grimy, dirty, and kind of mean-spirited it is. Judd, the bad guy, he's just as crazy as any of the Sawyer family from the TCM movies, and he even has his own signature murder weapon, the Scythe. The Scythe is an underutilized murder tool in my opinion. Outside of Halloween 5, I can't really think of too many other horror movie villains that go with the scythe. It's also really cool to get to see a pre-Freddy Krueger Robert Englund. He sort of has like a similar nasty charm to him in this movie as he does in kind of the later, more goofy Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And like I said earlier, the setting and atmosphere in this movie are super, super awesome, just off the charts cool, very foggy, very dark. It's just a really cool setting for a movie. I do also want to add that Judd definitely is not the only one in the movie that seems a little off. There's definitely something up with Miss Hattie and Buck and even the father of the family. He also appears kind of unstable. And that sort of added to the similar vibes of Texas Chainsaw Massacre for me, where the whole movie you're just kind of surrounded by these people that give you this feeling of insanity and you can't really escape it. All right, that's it for Eaten Alive, guys. Thanks for watching the video. I really enjoyed this movie. I think anybody who's a fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre would definitely like this. I think this would be a fun double feature with that. I really enjoyed this, even though, like I said, it's pretty mean-spirited and very grimy at times. I still really enjoyed it. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it before, and let me know in the comments if you have seen it, what you think of it. Hopefully I'll have more videos like this coming out soon. If you didn't see my last video, I did a complete Arrow video collection where I just kind of built a stack of backlog movies of my Arrow video titles that I have sitting on the shelf and I just haven't gotten around to watching yet, or also movies that I have seen before and I just want to revisit. So hopefully I'll be making more reviews like this. So if you like this, like the video, subscribe, and I'll have more stuff like this coming out soon. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.